Hello, welcome back. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to analyze a few pairs before morning so that we're all caught up with what we need for the day tomorrow. I'm going to start it off with, excuse me. Okay, I'm going to start it off with the news for tomorrow. We have sorry, y'all. We have some news at 2 o'clock this morning. I had a beer, so obviously it's not agreeing. It's at 8:30 in the morning for CAD. The 2 a.m. folder is for GBP. So Great Britain pound. I already have started marking up some of US30, and then I was like, why don't I just go live and see if we can just kind of have it already marked up so we don't have to go that far into it. So going into US30, I'm doing my top-down analysis for tomorrow. Looks like I have a W here. Y'all see the W? And on the daily time frame, it's an uptrend currently. I'll put it over here. I have support being here around 28,712, and potentially, actually, I'm going to mark that, raise that up because it's kind of hit this area more than the other area. Okay, so my support I have leveled out here at 146-ish. And then I have other levels marked up, but we're going to say this is an uptrend because we're making higher lows and higher highs. So I got my trend bias on the daily. The 4 hour, I'm looking at the 4 hour. I have my support here. And I have my resistance and support drawn at these levels. And I'm going to drop down to the 1 hour chart and notice the range. And if you also notice, my support levels are still drawn up from the 4 and the daily. And I am hoping that, let's put it here. We're looking for the trend to break. Sorry, y'all, this keyboard. It's a gaming keyboard, so it's like, ah. Okay, I'm looking for the trend to break the range. It could possibly be on the upside or the downside, but we're going to wait for that range to break. For those that trade ranges, it's at the bottom. It's at that support for the current range, so you could ride it up to the resistance there. And I'm probably going to enter on the 1 hour because today, y'all, I traded gold on the 1 hour chart. Oh my goodness. And there was some news on the dollar. So there was volume in the market and it moved. And I didn't count how many pips I got, but I ended up pretty well off with that trade and I was satisfied. So I'm going to start seeing if I can trade on the 1 hour. I think that I could benefit from that. Just because my day was kind of hectic today and I want to try it out because I had some things to do during market open today. So I was so sad that I couldn't scalp the market. So I was like, well, let me see if I can actually even get into it for a swing. And I ended up staying in it for about 2 or 3 hours, but it paid off. So just imagine, y'all. So with US30, we're going to look for the trend to break the range, either to the top side or the bottom side. And I'm going to get in it when it retests those areas and continues. So for US30, we have that marked up. I'm going to flag it. And then we're going to go to gold. Let me clear this, y'all. I'm going to start fresh with y'all. So on the daily for gold, I have what could potentially be a double bottom on the daily time frame. So I'm drawing my support down here. If you notice, the big volume bearish candle had some volume, and then the candle after that was a little indecisive. So it's 18 hours until the next candle ends, and I want to see how that set up. I'm going to drop down. Let me see on my daily. And I can put my 50 SMA too, y'all. Just so we have that confluence too. So on the daily we have, I'm going to say a downtrend still until we find out what's going on here. So we don't have anything to the upside yet because currently it is trending down. So that's my bias for gold. So I usually put this on the chart so that when I'm trading, I can remember what my bias is. So it works for me. I'm dropping down to the 4-hour chart, y'all. And I have my support over on the second touch. We have the candle possibly becoming bullish, but we want to see how that candle ends. For tonight, there's another almost 3 hours for that candle before we know what it's gonna push out. So we have to think. We also have a head and shoulders here, y'all. So if it can break that level of support and continue down, when it retests that area, I could jump in tomorrow. We're gonna draw up our support and resistance for this level. Huge area right here. And remember, you're going to draw those areas that typically just jump out at you. And if you're in the charts long enough, you're going to have I'd like to call it an eye for the market. When you are looking for different levels, you just start to learn and grow an eye for the market. I'm going to grow it across. I'm going to drag it across here. And if I drag it all the way left, because we want to see if that support held up, that's a pretty strong area. It has one for support, resistance turned into support on that end, support here, support, and resistance. So the level there, we have a level of resistance here that I'm just going to drag out. It'll take a while for it to get there. Maybe. We'll see how tomorrow goes for most of us. And this level. And then we'll do one more level. It's a pretty... Gold's been trending pretty well. Gold and US30 are pretty good at trending on the regular. So, and then I don't want to put too many lines, but I want it drawn to where we know what's going on. So then I'm dropping down to my 1 hour, which is where I'm going to start taking my entries and stuff here. If you know, the candles have no volume right now. The market's closed for this for gold, so you won't see any volume. It starts moving usually around New York Open. So also when I'm looking at gold, I get confluence from DXY. If DXY is trending up, gold's going to be trending down. If DXY is trending down, gold's going to be trending up. DXY is the dollar, United States dollar. So I always look at that for confluence along with my moving average. And sometimes I throw a fib here and there. So let's see. You got a golden zone here, usually between the 618 and the 0.5. If it's in an area of support or resistance, that's extra confluence. That market's going to go up to that area and continue in the or change reverse. So keep that in mind on tomorrow. I throw it back on there after tonight just to see, you know, the possibilities of it actually retracing to those areas and going in those directions. For gold, we'll say we have it marked up. Let's look down at a lower time frame for gold. On the 30-minute, if you're going to put a trend line here, it was trending up. It broke that trend, went down, kind of tried to go up. I'm going to say it was bouncing off that 50 moving average. Came up a little bit, didn't go all the way up. And then, y'all, I kind of combine all of these tactics with my supply and demand and support and resistance. So you need to make sure you're well-rounded in the market and know your market structure and your price action. That is the foundation of the market. So it's pretty important that you're very familiar with how it could potentially go, because it gives you the ability to analyze it and make an informed decision when you do hop in. So the more confluences you have, the higher probability of your trade. So for right now, I'm going to stick with the gold and the US30 analysis. GJ could be doing some stuff overnight. And I could mark it up. Let's do GJ, and then that'll be the last one for tonight. And then we'll wake up in the morning and see what we have. So on the daily chart for GJ, I have it in an uptrend. That is my bias for GJ for the current movement. Mark it as an uptrend. And like I said, when we wake up in the morning, we're going to look this over again and study it to make sure, you know, to see if the market is still the way it was before morning. And if there's any changes, we can mark those up as we need to in the morning. Let's see. So my bias on the daily is an uptrend. It broke this structure. There's a break of structure here. So when it broke that structure, we're looking for that support that is forming here. So I'm looking for continuation. Zoom out. It ranged for a while too. So, and then this is liquidity down here. It picked up all that liquidity. Look at that. Dang, that's crazy. So what I'm going to do is drop down to my 4-hour. We have support here. Sorry, y'all. And resistance over here. I'm going to mark up the resistance at the top of here, just so we know where it could potentially go. And don't like to make my zones that big, but You know how that goes. And then I'll go down to my 1 hour. It is in a range. So we want this to break above or below our range. Let's type that up here. So we got two that are ranging on the 1 hour so far. So we're going to keep a good eye because we could actually get some good trades out of these two when they break those areas.
5 languages. The University of Arizona men's basketball team is united by something.
So it's ranging on the 1 hour and
Wonder unites us.
looking for a break above or below the range. So we're going to look for a break above or below the range before we decide to hop in. So it's ranging. I'll put it in yellow. Okay, is everybody good with that? Why don't you leave in the comments what you're trading tomorrow, which is Friday. Sometimes if I don't see anything or if the market doesn't do anything, I don't get in. So just be vigilant and stick with your trading plan and discipline. And thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.